Hello and welcome. Today I decided I would try and do a beginner-friendly run. So this one is probably going to be a longer video than general unless we completely crash and burn and then bad things happen. The game just ends. So hopefully if you're here to learn Terraforming Mars solo challenge, just some general strategy, we're going to go through, we're going to play the game, we're going to say why we're doing individual actions, we're good to go. So very first thing, what company are we picking? This is going to depend on our preludes and our cards for sure, but just overall, we're looking at Big T. We'll start with Big T on the side here, Terractor, $60, most money to start in the game. Lovely, very flexible to have all that money. Discount on Earth Tags, that's really great because a lot of Earth Tags are engine building cards, which helps you get off the ground early and just stay ahead. Saturn Systems has less money, $18 less, but over the course of 11 productions, you're going to get 11 titanium. That 11 titanium is worth $33. That gets you up to 75. You're already beating Terractor, though they have that discount. You're also going to start the game with a Jovian tag and get some production. So production-wise, Saturn Systems is going to be better over the long run, whereas Terractor's better up front, especially if you have Earth tags, and then you don't have to wait for the production to kick in. So let's just say Saturn Systems, it's got longer term production. Here, interesting synergies. Experimental Forest, I generally don't say to go after this one. It's really not that powerful unless you really need an oxygen bump. Though Smelting Plant is even better to get you to that 2% oxygen mark, which some cards require. Maybe you need board placements and you're playing Mining Guild or something, but if you don't need board placements and you're not looking for plant tags specifically, then I would lean away from Experimental Forest. Mining operations, lovely. $4 worth of production per turn in steel, very good. Doesn't synergize with Saturn Systems very much because Saturn Systems is generally looking to play the space game with its titanium and Jovians, but that's fine. Smelting Plant is one more steel and 2 money worth of production, and that you terraform the planet. Oxygen in solo is very hard to get out of all of the metrics, so this could be good. Generally, I'm going for a big score, so I'd rather have the raw production and figure out my oxygen later. But this is fair, absolutely, to try and push the oxygen early and what have you. Remember, think about this as $10 in starting metal and 2 production for the rest of the game, and then you don't need 2 oxygen bumps at the end because you've already got them at the start. Whereas this bad boy over here is a single oxygen bump, right? So 1 production, none of that starting money. You get a couple of cards. It's just a little bit weaker, but you do get the placement bonus, which you could do for some more plants or production, whatever. And then Acquired Space Agency, like I said, 6 titanium is pretty good. It's $18. So here, right, there's 11 productions in a game. So this is $10 worth of steel and $2 for the whole game. So $22. It's fine. I'd rather have the 2 space tags up front with 6 titanium because playing Saturn Systems, a lot of the Jovian cards, which make this company good, would really benefit. Like I could get cards that synergize and I'll have money early to play it. So that's really good. So very first card we have here, Earth Catapult, strongest card in the game, my favorite card in the game, playable almost any generation. Everybody will tell you it's a broken card. That's because it is. It synergizes with Terractor. We always have to think about what corporations we could have been picking because we'll have a discount on playing it if we play them. But $2 off every card we play after this. It's a big investment, but if you're going to play more than 10 cards over the course of the game, and trust me, you'll probably play like 30 to 50, every time you're saving $2. That is absolutely gross. It's awesome. And you're going to get 2 points for your trouble as well. You can click this I button to see the specifics, blah, blah, blah. When you play a card, play 2 less for it. And then when export from Earth becomes easier, everything gets cheaper. Great little flavor. Very, very true. Absolutely will be grabbing this. Next, we actually have another really powerful card. Vesta Shipyard, a Jovian, synergizes with our Jovian strategy, so we'll get an extra money production. And it's going to cost us titanium. And we have a prelude that's going to get us 6 titanium. So this costs 5 titanium, right? 5 titanium is worth $15. So even if we don't draw something good from our prelude, we have something we can use our titanium on. Lovely. And trust me, I'm going to speed up as we get through, but I'm just kind of going through overall what's up. Birds, 13% oxygen requirement. This card will not be relevant until the late game. Maybe we really want a card that has 1-point animals on it because we have other cards maybe in our second half of our hand which allow us to get animals. But generally, a card this late, this expensive, that we might not even get a chance to play, that's only good for getting points, I would let this stay for tempo. I don't want to spend $3 in my first generation for the opportunity to play this in 10 generations from now or later. I'd rather save the 3 money that I can use immediately on another card that I think is useful. So that's what I'm trying to get across with the term tempo. Next, Sabotage is a purely mean card to other players. There are some things that benefit from playing events, some corporations. Media Group is a card. Also, there's Media Archive. But we don't have any of those cards, and those cards really don't benefit with just playing an event. It would be free for us to play after we play Earth Catapult. We can play it for 0. We don't get money back. It's just -2 down to 0. But we have no benefit, and we still have to buy the card, so it would be bad. Industrial Microbes, very powerful. I'm pretty sure we have 4 steel that we're going to start the game with. That's a card we can put our 4 steel into because it is a building tag. It's going to give us energy, more steel income. Maybe we need this green tag for something. Very lovely. So far, these 3 cards, very strong. These 2 cards, not so good in a solo. Wow. Okay. We got a lot of good stuff in this hand. I think we have a lot of good stuff at least. So now let's talk about Lava Flows. 2 heat bumps towards winning the game and a placement. We are not a corporation that really benefits from placement bonuses, but we don't mind the extra terraforming for cheap. We don't get money back on events either, but again, it's just a good card overall that could be made better later. AI Central is very powerful when you have card draw. More cards, the more likely you are to find a card that's good for you. So we really want to play this, but we need 3 science tags. I generally go down the path of trying to get science tags, and we're actually already going to have an energy from this, and we'll be making steel income that'll make playing it easier. But we need to get science tags, and right now we don't have any at the start of our game that we can play. And our preludes here, our steel income and our Wasa, don't come with any either. So let's just reconfirm these clicks. We want this. Very good to get card draw. And card draw, not only is it good to get lots of cards, if you're going for a big score especially, if you're just going to standard project, don't worry about it. But it goes well with discounts because the more cards you have, the more times you get to apply your discount. Whereas production is kind of static. Production is, I'm going to make $1 per turn, regardless of how many cards I play. Lightning Harvest, similarly, will make going for the science tags more worth it. Imported GHG is good, and so is Psychrophiles. Now, here we've reached a point where my first turn could be awkward, and that is because I really want to play Earth Catapult before anything else, but I only have 42 starting dollars, so for $24, I'm going to have $18 left. I won't be able to play Earth Catapult. Now, playing Vesta Shipyard, if I wait to get a $2 discount, that's worth than playing it before the $2 discount because it's worth $3 of titanium and a Jovian dollar production from our corporation. Even here, 1 more steel is worth more than getting the discount, but it would be so good if we could just get it all. To get it all, we could cut back on the cards we're grabbing. We could say, no, we don't want Lightning Harvest, right? $21, now we have 21. That's still not enough. And quite frankly, I don't think we're going to get down. Like, there are too many cards here that I want, so we're just going to wait. So here we go, $24, mining operations, and Wasa. Let's see what space cards we get. Space Mirrors, very helpful if we need production. 3 of it up front. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't turn the music on. I'm so sorry for those who have been just dying. Let's go to the TM playlist and give you some of the good stuff. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. I think that I can be copyright striked for this song, but I'm going to keep playing it until that happens. So Security Fleet is purely a points card unless we need a space tag for a synergy. basically it's fine. We don't want it. If we had the option, if we had to sell one of these cards, we would get rid of that one. So our very first turn, what we're going to do is we're only going to play the cards that give us more than $2 of benefit. Okay? Because Psychrophiles, for instance, if we play it, we could use it to get a microbe that's worth $2 next turn. Or specifically for plant tags. Or I wait one turn until we play Earth Catapult, and then we get a $2 discount, which gives us $2 back that we didn't spend. It's better than having a microbe worth $2. Industrial microbes is a little bit tricky because a steel is only worth $2, but it also gives us the energy, which could be worth $1 or $2 if you try and value it. Vesta Shipyard, like I said earlier, is going to give us a money production and a thing there. So you can't see the little titanium icon, but we're going to spend 5 titanium to get this card. Now we're at 2 in production. Here, this is worth 2 TR, and it's a placement, but again, I'd rather have 2 money off next turn than play it this turn. Get that Earth Catapult going. So really, it just comes down to the industrial microbes. Let's pass for a couple of reasons. One, I could use my next round of steel production on this. Right now, I can only use 4 steel. If I wait one turn, I'll have 6. I'll have a discount, so I'll only need 5. But basically, I won't be strapped with a handful of cards I don't need. Like, it's fine. I want Earth Catapult next turn no matter what, and I don't want to risk spending $4 this turn that would prevent me from playing it next turn. So, okay, Media Group. We talked about this one earlier. Whenever you play an event, you get money back. That is pretty solid. Rover Construction, I overvalue this card day in and day out, but I love it because it's a points card, and you get money back when you play cities. Cities are really good for scoring points in this game, but are not cost effective in terms of production. I do need science tags, recall, to play a couple of those science tags that we picked up earlier, and I'd love mining rights for the production. If I grab these cards, that brings us down to $25. I'll have enough to play the card I really want to play, which is the Earth Catapult. So now that the Earth Catapult's done, I can play Psychrophiles for free, and we can start tapping that. So that's $2 per turn towards plant tag cards. I can come over here. So now the next thing I'm discussing in my mind is I can spend 5 steel on this, but that would only leave me $4 worth of materials left. I'd only have 1 steel worth $2 and $2 in hand. If I wanted to go for tempo, I could spend 3 steel and $1 here and pick up 2 steel, and then I would have 3 steel and $1, and that would actually not be enough anyway. So really, I'd rather get this steel and energy production, and then in a future turn, probably get mining rights. I don't want to play imported GHG, even though I could play it, because I want to make sure I play Media Group first to get money back on events. So that actually really worked out for these cards. So right now we're getting a $2 discount from Earth Catapult, and once we play Media Group, we can get $3 back for playing the event. So you can see how a card like this, which is cheap, is going to net cost us $2 plus 3 for buying the card, so $5, and we're going to get a production and 3 heat, which is just great value. So let's go ahead. We'll pass this turn. We've got pretty good tempo so far, trust me. Another science tag, we need those. More earth tags, interesting. And this is a science tag as well. This is a really cheap energy production. Let's stay away from the city synergies. They're fine, but let's not, because I'm worried about getting stuck in a trap. We're gonna get this. Now what do we want? I probably do want to play that event. So let's get the Media Group. There are reasons to hold off on playing the event. Like, we could get another synergy that discounts this space even further. And we could get another synergy that gives more money and heat back for playing those events. But right now, I'm kind of feeling the tempo of just playing a titanium. In fact, I might... no, one is fine. Actually, first, let's get our Lagrange Observatory, because we're going to draw a card, and I'm not using this titanium on anything productive anyway. That's good. Let's talk about that in a second. So now we're going to play this imported thing. It costs us $2 after spending a titanium, but we're going to get $3 back and some heat production. Earlier, I discussed that card draw would be very strong on this run for us. Development Center here is an energy for a card draw. We have excess energy, so it's ready to go. So I'm going to play it, and that's actually going to get us more cards more faster. Here, we could spend the energy and get 3 heat, but then next turn we wouldn't have the energy for the card draw. So instead, let's get our energy up another step. I could play Search for Life, but we could still get a discount, and I don't plan on activating it. So as long as we play it before we hit -6, we'll be fine. We're at 2 science tags, so if we play it next turn, we'll actually enable AI Central and Lightning Harvest, which are both on my radar as well. Okay. So, over the course of the game, we know we need 9 water. And trust me, like, if you're an experienced viewer watching this and you know what's up, you know why I'm breathing out and going like, okay, patience. Don't freaking pog out of your mind, because I see the card and you see the card, and what are we going to do with it? I don't know yet. But look, I'll get to that in a second. So, over the course of the game, we need 9 oceans. Right now, if I look at my hand, I have none, right? I know that there's one free one, as long as we get the heat track all the way, which we need to win, right? There's one here, but I need to get 9. So whenever we have the opportunity to pick up some ocean cards, I'm into it. Now, the other piece is this science tag is good. It's 2 points, but it's not actually helping us win. It's not helping us terraform. It's not giving us production. It's just for points, and it's a late game card. I don't want it. I'm at 0% oxygen. I don't need a science card that badly. I'm going to let it sit. IO mining. This is the card for me that is like, I call it the poison pill, because it's so expensive at 39. You're going to lose so much tempo saving up to be able to buy the card. But it's going to give you 1 point per Jovian at the end of the game. And we're playing Saturn Systems, so we're already incentivized to play Jovian. So it's already a 3-point card, but it's going to keep getting better as we play more Jovians. And there's 4 multipliers in the deck. So if you get all 4, you're in a really good spot. So we're going to pick this up. We want to play it, but we'll see what happens. We might, a thing about it is the sooner you play it, the sooner you get the value. For us, we're going to get 2 titanium and 3 production. It says 2, but we get 1 bonus from our corporation. So that's $9 worth of production. So basically, if you round up to 10 and you round this up to 40, it takes 4 turns for this to even pay itself off. But every turn after that, you're getting more and more value out of it, as long as you didn't hurt yourself with the opportunity cost of all the other cards you could have been playing. So let's pick it up and try and play it before Generation 8, so that at least it breaks even on its own cost. And the sooner, the better. Let's go and draw a card, because we're always going to want to know what we drew. Quantum Extractor. Now this here is that -2 on space, and it gives 4 energy. So right now we're on a very, very fortunate run. Lots of things are going our way. I'm going to play Search for Life so that we have the extra science tag. So now cards like Lightning Harvest and AI Central are eligible. We could play Convoy from Europa, but that's only going to give us 3 money back, which is good. But it's also going to give us 1 production worth of TR from doing the ocean. I'd rather wait until we have a $2 discount before playing it. What else do we need? Well, we need a lot of titanium to play IO mining. So I think now's a good time to go get a production. There's only 1 place on the board where we can place this card to get a titanium production, right? Everything else is steel. So let's put it there. Not that I explained that card at any time, but we'll just assume that you know. Lightning Harvest. Now here's the question. Do I buy Lightning Harvest or Carbonate Processing, or do we simply wait 2 generations and hope to get IO mining? What I'm going to do is ignore the fact that IO mining's in our hand, and we're going to keep playing cards that we think are the best for us in this moment. And what I think is the best for us right now is getting 3 more heat production, which will help us start terraforming this planet, because we don't want to fall too far behind on terraforming. Okay. So, we know we need oceans. Check. All right, so that's a good ocean. Cheap here. We know that we're going to have another space discount. So this is only a 1-point card, gives us no value other than a science tag. But if it only costs us $2 and $3 to buy it, then maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. And there are other cards like this that require science tags to play. Right now, I can't justify it because I really want to play IO, so I don't want to spread out too thin, and we'll have no money. So let's leave that behind. Large convoy. Another ocean, and because it has the opportunity of giving you so many plants, it can help you terraform both. It's very expensive, but an ocean and half a granary with some cards and stuff is fine. We can get more discounts on it, and it's event, so we get $3 back as is. But what's really valuable is if you get those 1-point animals. Remember at the start we had birds offered to us, and I said if you can get something that synergizes. This is one of those cards. If this gave you 4 1-point birds, then you'd get 2 points for the card, 1 point for the ocean, and 4 birds. All for the price of $34, minus our next discount, so $32, minus the $3 of rebate back, so $29. So now we're talking about getting 7 points and 2 cards for the cost of like $30. Like, that's insane value. So we're going to pick this up. Similarly, if I had 1-point animals birds, I could spend heat to get 2 more birds, or I can spend heat to get half a granary. Now, this is generally a good trade, and we have money back on events, so I'm going to take it. But it means that we really want to get our heat production higher so that we have excess heat. So let's buy this card. Once again, we've set ourselves back on the track. We do not have enough to buy IO mining. We're close. There are things we could do to get closer, but let's continue. Capital, don't worry about that card for now. It's not that relevant. How are we going to set up to get our card next turn? Well, basically, I think this turn all we're going to do is play Lightning Harvest and save up this titanium. So that next turn, my hope is that with the steel that we have, we'll be able to buy AI Central, and then we'll be able to buy IO mining after that. Right? We're getting 3 titanium, so $9 worth towards IO. We're getting 3 steel, so $6 towards the AI Central, and then 3 money plus 15. We're not making a ton of cash. Another ocean card, very good. And then a lot of green tags and stuff. There are cards that synergize with green tags being played. You get points back, you get extra plants, you get discounts. We, right now, in fact, have enough microbes to play Adapted Lichen for free. But my worry is that that might prevent us from playing IO mining, because right now this is $33. You know what? We're going to be fine one way or another, because the reason I want to play AI Central, right, it costs us not $7, is to give us the 4th tag to give us enough science to play Quantum Extractor. And that's really good. It really is. The problem is I don't think I can buy both. And if I can't buy both, then I shouldn't buy either, really. Let's draw a card in case we get something that changes the math. We did not. So instead, we're going to get IO mining. It's going to give us all that production. We got it before Gen 8, so it is going to net us profit. Though, again, there's an opportunity cost for going after it. We still have enough for AI Central, which is worth doing, because the more card draw we get, the stronger our Earth Catapult is. Next, I'd love to get some plant income. Let's not overpay. We could use 1 more microbe to make this 0, but for $1, let's save our microbes, make them good. So now we have a little bit of production across the board, a lot of titanium. In particular, we're looking for space events that are going to help us terraform the planet. We can use our titanium on them and everything else. Frig. All right, so now we have a lot of cards offered to us that would give us production, right? So we could buy this card for $3 and play it for $8. So that's $11 to get 3 production. How many turns are left in the game? We know we only go to 12 generations in solo with Preludes on. So we're going to gen 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 5 times we're going to make $3 back for $11. Over the course of the whole game, we're going to make a $4 profit on acquired company. Now, we have 3 card draws, so we could get something like Earth Office or other discount cards that would change the script on that. But is it worth picking up this card to get that? I don't know. I doubt it. Meanwhile, this card will help us terraform. This is a greenery at the end of the game for $10. That's better than a standard project for $23, and we have a lot of oxygen to go. Do we need energy? Probably not. It's a pretty expensive energy, even though we have the science requirement. The money just isn't paying out big enough. If we get Earth Office, then it is good, but I'd rather get Quantum Extractor. And I don't think I'd be able to get both, because Space Hotels is 4 income, and even though that's more expensive, we're about to get another discount to make this price come down by 2, and we can use our titanium on it, which is just really good. So let's do all that. Let's draw a bunch of cards. If we get Earth Office, I'll kick myself. We did get Media Archives, which is good. And we got Virus. Now, Virus does nothing for us, but it's an event, so we're going to make $3 back if we play it. So that's better value than selling the card for $1. We should just play it. And then Media Archives is going to give us $1 later on in the game for every event that's been played. Right now, it would lose us money, but if we keep playing cards like this, then it'll add up very quickly. Let's get the Quantum Extractor. Let's get the Bump of Heat. And then let's talk about what we want to be doing. So Space Hotels, looking pretty common. Convoy from Europa, it's really good to get card draw early to help you plan out your turns. And now we got even more great stuff, to be honest. So Viral Enhancer is what I was talking about earlier. If you play any of the green tags, you get a free plant. And that includes this Pointless Virus. So this card that does nothing but attack an opponent, because it's an event, we're going to make $3 back on it. And because Viral Enhancers is played, we'll also get a plant. And that's incredible value. For free, we're going to get $3 and a plant, right? And it's all about building these synergies. So let's go ahead. We'll play Viral Enhancer. We'll play the investment. We'll now play the virus. We'll attack the animals of the neutral. Doesn't really matter. Now we have 6 freaking science tags. My lord. We can get 2 more plant production here. That is compelling. And I also just spent a bunch of my titanium on that space event. I should have left 1 extra because I overpaid. So let's go ahead. We're going to get the Space Hotels for the 4 income. And now over here, 2 plant income. There's, again, how many productions are left? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So for 5 plants, I would love to spend, $2 more, $14. It's half the cost of a greenery, and it's more plants. So let's see if in our hand we have anything worth selling that would get us the money that we need. So a candidate, Security Fleet. Nothing but points card, using a lot of titanium, which could be good for us, but I don't want to. Space Mirrors, we don't need the energy right now, but it could be helpful. All of this is helping us get those oceans and mega points. Capital is another city that's really only good for getting points. But I think rather than that, I really like this spot for Capital, because right now it would be 4 points as long as we fill this in with oceans. I don't want to describe it right now or why, but that's just the thing I'm looking at. So either solar power, because it's only a point, or Industrial Center. And I think it's going to be Industrial Center, because I don't want to spend $7 for a steel income right now. It's too expensive. And then Design Microorganisms. Great. So now we have enough plants to get a greenery next turn. And then we have another microbe towards playing plant tags like Mangrove at the end of the game. So very good, very good. Let's hit pass. And again, you'll notice that we've done very little terraforming. People that watch me play this game get a little bit shocked with just how little we terraform the planet. Like, rule of thumb, and definitely you should set the bar at a different place for yourself. I'm just comfortable in building my engine. I don't worry about terraforming until generation 10. Quite frankly, generation 10 when you're playing a 14 generation game, generation 9 when you're playing with preludes on is when you start to really say, I have to terraform. Everything else is a waste of time. Depending on your cards played and what effects you have, like for us, we have the discounts, the rebates, the space discounts, and some other things happening. You can stretch it. You can say, okay, I can start terraforming in generation 11 this game because I've already gotten some steps earlier and I've got a really, really strong engine. But in general, like that's kind of when, for me, the binary switch gets flicked and it's like you have to terraform. So here, again, we're talking about this. A bribe committee is worth 2 TR. It helps you get to the 63 TR if you're playing that game mode, but for me, I'm like, meh. We would get $3 back for playing the event, so it would only cost us $5, and because we're making the $3 back, and that's what we're paying to buy the card. And what else would it give? There's how many generations left? 9, 10, 11, 12. So it would give us $4 or 4 productions of $2. So $8. We're making a $3 profit on this, and we can make a $4 profit if at the end of the game we end up playing media archives to get $1 back for every event played. So I've actually just talked myself into playing this card unless we have something else that we need to do sooner. Which honestly, Lava Flows is looking really good, and so is Subterranean Reservoir, but they're not so good that I don't need this. Mine, we have whatever it is, 4 productions. I'll spend $5 to get $8 worth of steel. Algae and Archaeobacteria. Playing these cards as plants, I really do need them. And because they have that green tag, we're going to get an extra plant when we play them. So all the cards are good. And then once again, we're drawing 2 more cards. We're drawing another card. We're getting the cheap plant tags because reasons. And oh my god, what do you know? Like, I actually couldn't have planned this run better. Because people right now that know me are like, you are getting insanely lucky, it's unfair. Because what I just drew is another $2 off of everything. Remember at the start, that Earth Catapult, how I said it's broken? Well, this is a science card that needs 7 science tags played to be eligible to play it. But you may have noticed, I've been really favoring getting up to 7 science tags over the course of the game. Because there's a couple of cards we played throughout that I knew that were really strong. Quantum Extractor, 4 energy and a 2 discount. Viral Enhancers, free plants that are going to help me later. AI Central, 2 cards per turn. Development Center, 1 card per turn. Search for Life, I haven't even used it. I just bought it for the science tag. All of this was so that if this card comes up, I'm able to play it. And other cards like it. So, great. We've got a $4 discount. So if we look at something like Technology Demonstration, it's free. And it's an event. It gives us money back. So for the low cost of 0, the game is going to give me $3 because it's an event and $2 or 2 cards. Also, the game will also, it's crazy. It's hard for me to even say it. Give me $1 later when I play Media Archives, which is now only $4 because of anti-gravity. So mine, 0, 1 steel production, insanely good. Technology Demonstration, there are other cards that can synergize with it even more, but let's just use it and see what we get. Big Asteroid, very helpful for terraforming the planet. And Nitrogen-Rich Asteroid, only 1 heat bump, but this effect down here is if you have 3 plant tags, you can get 4 plant production. Very, very helpful when oxygen is the track we're the most worried about. Let's play Bribe Committee. At this point, I play it for 3 and I get $3 back, so very helpful. We could do local heat trapping, but I'd rather not. We'll play our greenery here. Let's get, what do we want to get next? Well, basically, we have all this steel that we're not using. So I'm going to actually spend it on a lava tube settlement here to get a card draw and a little bit of income. Another science tag. I don't really need this one. It's good. It's another card draw, but you have to buy the card. You can look and choose to buy it or not. So we're not going to worry about that just yet. We get more production of energy. Generally, I don't want to do this because I can tell that I have a couple of cards here that I want to buy. And just look at the cards, by the way. They normally cost 31. For us, it costs 25 because of what we've done with our discounts. Now, I want space mirrors, though, and for some reason, the game won't let me... there's a glitch in the game where you can't edit how much titanium you're spending. I'm going to spend 4 titanium to get 3 energy income, because at the end of the game, every time I have this energy, it's going to turn into heat, and that heat is going to allow me to do the temperature of the planet. So this, to me, is a delayed, like, in Generation 9, it's going to be energy. In Generation 10, it's going to be heat. So I'm going to get 9 heat from playing this card, which is cheaper than a $14 heat bump. And I can use titanium to do it. So I think that's okay. It's pretty good. And I already mentioned earlier that I want as much heat as I can. I'm still not doing Search for Life. The reason I don't do Search for Life is because if you're very unlucky, you could burn the card that you've been looking for the whole game, right? You could burn like Anti-Grav, the one we just got. Because when you're offered 4 cards and you can pick any of the ones you want, you can let the ones slide through that you don't want. But you always have the opportunity to buy anything you see. When you use this card, you see a card and you cannot buy it. It's just used for this effect. Now, it doesn't make sense because really, you can think of that card as being on the bottom of the deck. Like, you would never have gotten to it this game anyway, so you didn't really lose it. It's just a bonus card that got thrown out that you know is now out of the deck. So, in fact, you have more information. But I don't like to click it because I don't like to see the card I like going away. Also, it cost me $1, and the chances of it happening are super low. That I think the last 2 games, including a PvP game I've played, I got it on my first try. So, I don't know. It's probably literally like a 5% chance. Maybe somebody in the comment knows how many cards in the deck have a microbe tag, but it's not that many. Though we probably would have got it. I think we would have drawn ants or extreme cold fungus. I'm not going to worry about these cards. These are mostly points cards right now for me, and I have other things I want to focus on. Noctis farming is really cheap, a positive point, and gives us plants, so I will grab that though. Then we draw our cards at the start of the round, so we have as many options as we can. A wild tag, lovely. Tardigrades, it's free. And let's see, Generation 9, 10, 11, 12. I can activate it 4 times, so I'm going to choose a plant because Tardigrades is going to have 4 microbes on it. And a 5th microbe does nothing for it. And now it's time to start heating this planet. Now, I need to get 3 plant tags before playing this bad boy. That's pretty easy now because I've got a wild tag, which counts as anything I need it to. So right now I'm at 2 plant tags. And we're going to play the big asteroid first, which is going to heat the planet. Then we're going to heat the planet again. We got our free heat production in Gen 9. Aren't we cool? But look at that. Now we can play Noctis farming. Big question here is, what should we use to buy it? Should we use our steel or our microbes that can be used on plants? And I'm actually going to use the steel because I have a lot of plants cards I want to play later, so I'm not too worried about it. We have 2 plant tags and a wild tag. We're going to play nitrogen rich. And now we have 8 plant production. Oh, baby. Very good. We could go for more card draw right now. It's Gen 9, so we should really start considering all in on the terraforming. So maybe that's what we'll do instead. Is we'll just go all in on terraforming. So subterranean reservoir, $7, and let's start putting our greeneries along the oceans just to get as much terraforming done as possible. Lava flows, we get money back on. We get some plants, and as long as I play a plant tag, we will get to put a greenery down, but we don't have one more plant tag, unfortunately. How many? We have 5 psychrophiles, so we have $10 towards a plant thing. We're 1 ocean short if I played adaptation technology. Rats. So we could trash our heat for some plants right now as well to get another greenery, but I'd rather not. So let's go to the next generation. We're at 30 TR. The heat has come up quite substantially in the last little minute. And we're going to do a little bit better here, I think, in Gen 10. More plant stuff, very good. Robotic workforce can copy the production of a card played, a building card. I don't think there's anything I really have that we want to copy that's a building type specifically. This could be a titanium income. This could be an energy and a steel, but none of that, this could be 2 steel. None of that is really that powerful for me right now. Getting this microbe thing to get an extra TR could be interesting. Whenever there's an ocean card offered, we should do a quick audit. We have 3 ocean cards left. We have 2 played with a free one on the track, so we're at 6. We need 9. It's probably worth grabbing this. Even though it's -1 point, you get a point from the ocean, and it's an event, so we're going to make money back. So, so far so good. Let's, before doing our turn, we can do the guaranteed clicks and the card draw before we make any decisions. Because we don't have any opponents trying to screw us over. And look at this! Once again, we've gotten extremely lucky. Arctic Algae is such a powerful card. Even if I had exceeded the heat temperature requirement, because it's max 12, I would have gone back and played this card, which allows us to go +or -2 on global, to play this. Because for the low price of $8, I'm going to get a plant right at the bottom center. I'm going to get a viral enhancer on this green tag for a second plant. And then the effect of the card is every time I play an ocean, which we're going to play 7 more, we're going to get 2 plants. Right? So I have 2 plants here, and then 7 more times I'm going to get 2 plants. That's 16 plants. That's 2 greeneries for the cost of $8. Absolutely incredible luck this run. Very lucky that this is the run I decided to be an explainer for people. Let's go ahead, keep playing our greeneries. We could probably be greedy at this point and play like some cities and stuff like that. But let's just keep to the script of playing most, like, not conservative, but playing reasonable terraforming. I am going to play, we have $42, so I am going to play adaptation technology though, because that will allow me to play some oceans earlier. Right? And that will give me more places to put these greeneries beside, which have as many ocean adjacencies as possible. I didn't want to put a greenery down first and then an ocean, because then I'm missing out on the free $2 rebate. So here, the algae, again, we're playing that. That's very good. We're playing the grass. Very good. We're up to a ton of plants again. Now, the capital I wanted to put here. And the capital scores points for oceans adjacent to it. So now I'm starting to think about, well, okay, well, what if I used this card to put an ocean here so that my capital will have 4 oceans adjacent to it and this greenery, and then possibly another greenery here. I could build a city there. With my other 13 plants, what will we do? I don't want to build the capital yet because I want to put the 2 oceans down first to make sure we get the rebates. We have 4 ocean places left. So 1, 2, 3, 4 perhaps, even 3, 4. I really like the idea. We have a card in here, mangrove, right? This gets put on an ocean tile, reserve location. I want a city here before this game is over. And then I'm going to put my mangrove in this ocean spot. And then all of these places are adjacent to a lot of oceans. And I'll put my greeneries adjacent to my city and adjacent to the oceans and make mega dollars. For now, we'll just go grab these plants here and hope that we get the card for Noctis City. And we do have Open City, which will probably be the card we use to go here. So now, what's next? Well, quite frankly, we need a lot more terraforming. So let's go ahead and do an Inventors Guild just to see if we can get some helpful cards. Hackers, not a very good card. We need so much oxygen, and this free heat bump is just so close that we're going to start doing standard projects now. It's Gen 10. That's what I kind of mentioned as being an important time to start terraforming. Let's do that. We don't have that much heat income, and we've already played some cards that are good for heat income. So we could do a standard Project Asteroid. I'm going to wait just to see. We have so much card draw on this run that there are cards that could be really good to help us terraform. Or there could even be standard technology, which would make standard projects cheaper. We're going to wait. We have a little bit of time left before doing these standard project heat bumps. So here's the other rebate on space events. $3 and 3 heat. We can play the card for a single dollar, and we're going to be getting so much value back. Here's research, 2 card draw. Love to see it. That'll help us get more cards. Land claim is free, so we're going to buy it for $3 and play it and get a $3 rebate. That's going to be like pointless, right? Why would we do that at net 0? Well, it's actually going to net us $1 of profit when we play Media Archives. So like that's kind of the scale that we're thinking here. Every dollar that we can make is a dollar we're interested in, as long as it doesn't have an opportunity cost. So here's Tundra Farming, all kinds of very good stuff. Let's look at another card, Restricted Area. I don't hate Restricted Area in this situation. I am going to play Research still. Electro Catapult. Are we using our steel on other stuff? Almost certainly. Land Claim. I'm just going to play this card for the sake of it, get our money back. I really want more oceans to be played. And to do that, we might just play the Large Convoy. I really wanted to play it for 1-point animals, but our run, as strong as it is, isn't perfect. So let's go here, get our plants. We did get Ganymede Colony, which is another points per Jovian. Love to see it. We also got that 1-point animal, which would have been good for the card we just played. But quite frankly, that's fine. Let's play the Restricted Area in this pocket now. So it cost us 7, but we got $6 back. And now we can buy a card for $2. Again, card draw is really powerful for us. And we just got the 3rd multiplier for Jovian points. Again, we only have 3 so far, but it's good. It's pretty good. Now we got another heat bump. We're going to play a greenery for money back. If I'm going to play... so right now we still need 2 oceans because we only have 1 more coming for free. I'm going to play water import from Europa early so that I can use this ability, and it's cheaper than an $18 standard project. And that will allow me to now keep placing my greeneries without giving up any potential adjacencies. We still have microbes that we can use for plants. The last oceans are going to be free, and I have this card I forgot about, which is good. Let's buy standard project heat bumps. Asteroid, that gives us the free ocean. We've got a card. Domed Crater, can't play it. Unfortunate. Ice Cap Melting goes there. That is where I want to put my capital, which is fine. We can do that in a second. I'm also actually going to play Mangrove first. So that goes here for 2 plants. Then we put this greenery down there. So now we're good on the plant side. We're good on the oceans. And we have enough heat to get 1 heat bump next generation. Even though we're going to need more than that, or we'll probably local heat trapping anyway. So really the question for us is, what is required to win? We have it. We can do enough standard projects next turn to win. So how do we score the most points? Well, we're going to play Ganymede Colony, and we're going to buy the cities. Because like a city like this and the capital will net us way points, right? Because the capital, it costs us 12. We're going to get $8 back. And as long as we get a greenery here, it's worth 6 points. Right? Livestock, we actually have viral enhancers, so we can get a free animal on it when we play it. And Tundra Farming, we could also play that. You know what? Let's play Livestock, because I think this 1-point animal card is going to be used with local heat trapping next turn. So that got 1 on it right away and another one now. So it's already at 2 points on cards. We're at 27 points on cards, by the way, and we are not done yet. We have a whole generation left to go. My God, what a recording. Now, cards here. This does nothing. These are some cheap oceans. Sad we didn't do it. But getting steel back is helpful because we have cards like Open City and we get money back on event and it's basically free. These cards here, this can't be played, and this is production on the last generation. We don't care about it. Once again, let's do all of our card draw. So that's 4 cards straight up. We got Interstellar Colony Ship, which is incredibly powerful, 4 points, and it's a space event, which will get us heat back and money back. We got Greenhouses, incredibly good. We've got a lot of good cards. Now we're going to draw a card, decide if we want it. No, we don't. And we have no more card draw. Okay, so there's tardigrades for a point. This is a discount for a point. I still think I want a local heat trap over buying a heat bump. So like after I play this card, let me just play some of the obvious cards. After we play Interstellar Colony Ship, we're actually going to have enough heat for a heat bump, but I'd rather get 2 1-point animals, I think. So let's make sure we don't lose the game. And we do that by doing a heat bump, and then a heat bump, and then a heat bump. So that's done. And then let's put a greenery down. And we cannot lose at this point. So now it's all about maximizing points. So Open City has 1 point on it. I can use 9 steel to buy it. And I can put it here, which has 5 adjacencies. So that's a 6-point card. Lovely. This card here, Interstellar Colony Ship, is a 4-point card, and we're going to get $6 back because it's a space event. And we're going to get 3 heat. That's fine. I don't need the 8 heat, but I can use local heat trapping to get 2 animals. This is a 2-point card where I net $3. Yeah, all right. Now we have $42. I know we want to play Ganymede Colony because this is a multiplier. So look at our points. We're at 36, 43. That was a 7-point card for us. Now what do we got? We don't have enough cities on the board. That's our biggest problem right now. We have one here, but like we could get so many more. Like I really am thinking about buying a standard project city. The first thing we need to do though is remember, we have played 18 events. We have no more events in hand, so it's finally time to play. Where are you? Media Archives. For $4, we're going to go from $20-something to $42. Lovely. Our money is just infinite, right? Don't forget it. Also, let's simplify our hand by selling cards that don't serve a purpose in getting us money or points or anything else. Because I can't play these cards because they're unplayable. This is just production, which isn't going to help us. Energy production can be helpful, but we already have enough of that available. So now, I'm still thinking of all these cards, spending $25 to get a 6-point city here is probably the strongest thing we can do. Right? It's already worth 4, only going to be worth more. Now, playing a card like Greenhouses gets us a ton of plants. Now we're up to 18 plants. Heather is so cheap, gets us a bunch of stuff. Tundra Farming, 2 points on it. Phobos Space Haven, 3 points on it. But instead of playing Phobos Space Haven, I could also just play Tundra Farming and Trees. It's really cheap and effective. And would get us a ton of plants. So let's do that. 12 and 22. I'm just trying to see, will we be able to play a bunch of greeneries on everything? Yes. Almost certainly. Still, let's sell a card. Actually, wait, 1 sec. Let's cancel. Right now, we have $8. I think Trees for 1 point is better than Great Dam or anything like that. So let's go ahead and we're going to sell a card. I keep thinking like, what if I put 16 plants worth down here for $6 and a plant back? would that get us an additional point? I don't think so. Because to get all of this, we need 32 plants. And we're only at, like, even by getting 5 more playing trees. Let's go ahead and sell the expensive cards that we definitely can't play. And then we play trees when we think about this. 36 plants. So right now we have an extra, how many? We have an extra 7, sorry, an extra 32. So we have an extra 7 plants. So we can definitely go here. Or we can go here, and then we'll be short. Yeah, we don't have enough. So we're just going to grab this plant location. We're going to go next to our city, and then we're going to pass. So we didn't get... I always measure our runs on 3 categories, right? Did we get a win? Did we terraform all of the metrics, right? That's the mandatory requirement for a win. Did we do it? Yes, we did. The second thing is, did we score 100 points or more? Because that's, for me, I like to set as my baseline. For you just starting, don't even worry about points. But that's just something that I like to do to keep my run spicy. And then a last thing is there's an alternative win condition for 63 TR. I didn't want to go out of our way in this run to get it, so that's why we didn't do it. But that's like a 3rd check mark. So if you can terraform the whole planet, get over 100 points, and get 63 TR, I call that like the trifecta. Like, that's amazing. But what matters most to me is scoring the highest possible score, because I don't really like, and winning. So let's hit pass. We get a bonus green replacement. We have 17 plants, so we can go here and here. And now we've got a bunch of greeneries on the board, a bunch of cities, 60 points, plus the 19 greeneries, plus the 16 city points, plus the 46. And there you go. It's just that easy. 141 points explained so that anybody on their first time can also beat Terraforming Mars and score 141 points. I don't recommend that you wait until Generation 9 and 10 to start your terraforming in earnest, especially the newer you are to the game. Like, for me, I'm literally counting like, oh, if I play this card over 5 generations, I'm going to make $3 of profit. But I know the cards in the deck to the point where I know every card I could possibly synergize with, possibly get a discount from, possibly get some bonus later on. And that's why I'm going to hold on to this card or play it sooner or later, right? We had card draw, we had discounts, we had science. Some of your runs are not going to have those elements, and that influenced a lot of our decision making in this run. So, like, for you, if you do have a lot of money but don't have anything to play and no card draw, right, and no cards in hand, don't even hesitate to start doing standard projects earlier, because getting that TR will benefit you by getting production back and getting you closer to the win. So, like, there are different things that you have to do at different times in the game to score well. We just happen to accidentally stumble into a very, very good seed of cards. I'm pretty sure we picked the right corporation, the right preludes, and the right starting cards to really have a good mix of tempo for production and money, and card draw early that was able to carry us through so that we could divert our attention to scoring some points here, buying a city here, doing something here. And then when we got to the end, we perfectly timed enough terraforming with a couple extra standard projects to get us over the line, as well as hammering down for as many points with our extra cash as we could, based on all the cards we had been accumulating over the course of the game. At one point, I think we were over 20 cards in our hands, right? But for you, if you don't have enough production early, then you have to grab fewer cards to play more cards to get your engine up to snuff to keep up with it. And also, we only had 20 cards because we were getting 3 to 5 cards for free per turn. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you did make it through this 59-minute behemoth of how to play Terraforming Mars, then, consider dropping a like, subscribing, going in the comments and just saying, hey, man, Really appreciate the content. Really enjoyed you explaining things and taking the time. You know, it's not something I can do all the time because I've got a lot of people that just want to watch a 15-minute click, go, terraform the planet, see how well we do. But, you know, if you enjoyed the explainer videos, let me know and I'll try and make time to make more of them and kind of support this content on the channel. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Ciao.